So I come to find out from scientists that spring has now moved 10 days earlier in the year. Did you know that? Who moved spring? Apparently we did. So now, Anna, why am I mad about this? Because my birthday, March 21st, was the first day of spring. Mm-hmm. And as a kid, that led me into delusions of grandeur, that I was somehow an important person, because I'm like, oh, first day of spring, that's cool. And my physics professor, or teacher, I should say, in high school, said that March 21st is the most important day of the year because it's the vernal equinox, and where all things are balanced. And I was like, oh, totally, fate, me, think about it, right? Now they move spring on me, all of a sudden, I'm no longer important.
You're no longer balanced.
This is all wrong. By the way, I am, as you might know from watching the show, damn it, Jim, I'm not a scientist. I'm a talk show host. So I have no idea what happened to the vernal equinox. I hope it's still there. I hope it's still on March 21st. So one of you scientist folks, write in, theyoungturks.com. So I'm a little personally bummed out by this. Then the second thing I thought is, I bet this causes some damage. I bet this is a bad idea, right? And of course it is. And the reason I bring it up is because I wanted to get, they had many examples in this Reuters story, but I wanted to give you just one example to give you a sense of whether global warming is fake or real or et cetera, this nonsense debate that is foisted upon us. Since spring is coming earlier, the birds are not migrating when they used to. And this is in regards specifically to the U.S. Southeast, okay? And since the birds are not migrating, the caterpillars, which the birds normally eat, fall from the trees and onto the grass. But the caterpillars have chemicals in them that harm the horses. The horses eat the caterpillars they normally wouldn't eat, and they start having miscarriages. So a lot of the horses in the southeast of the United States are miscarrying. And so the people are like, what the hell's going on? Why are all the horses having all these miscarriages? And they found out because it's the because of the caterpillars, because of the birds, because spring got moved, because of global warming. Okay? So to the people who deny global warming, what part of this do you think they're making up? You see what I'm saying by that? Like, are they pretending, no, the birds didn't used to migrate then? Are they making up the miscarriages of the horses? I mean, this is what scientists do. They figure this stuff out, and then they tell you about it. It's kind of like a warning. And it's not even a warning. It's just what it is. It's a fact. It's what's happening. And you can bury your head in the ground, but it ain't going to help it.
Right. And everything we do to alter nature has that terrible negative chain reaction.
It's true. I saw the butterfly effect. Okay, you change one little thing, and next thing you know, you no longer have the vernal equinox. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I want you all to do is I need you to move the island back. Have I mixed enough references into this story? All right, but seriously, keep it in mind the next time some idiot tells you, oh, global warming, they made it up, man. It's ClimateGate. I saw a couple of emails. And yeah. They didn't make all this stuff up. It's absolutely real.